this week. There we go. Now, the thing we're going to talk about is stress, but you know, one thing I want to start out by saying is stress is relative. Now, if I said to one of you out there, next week you have to prepare the Pray It Off meeting, and you have to stand up here, and you have to do the whole thing, many of you would find that extremely stressful. You say, I can't get up in front of the group. I can't get up there and talk about anything. Now, me, I don't really find it stressful at all. I enjoy it. I like it. The things that I find very stressful are things like work. Now, there are those of you who are retired. There's stress there, too. There's those of you who are students. Stressful. I remember thinking, I can't wait to get out of school because then I won't have homework. And then I thought life would be so easy compared to homework. Oh, bring on the homework now. You know, it's so funny how relative that is. Also, stressful things, family members getting sick. Oh my gosh, because where's our control? Where do we have, what can we do? Here's 8 worst causes of stress that we're going to talk about. Work. Now you might say, oh, if I only had my own business. Well, I had my own business for 10 years. And I ended up working 60, 70 hours a week because I had my own business. Then I got audited by the IRS because I had my own business. Everyone thinks the grass is always greener. You know, oh, if I only could get in at National Grid, or if I could only get in at AT&T, or if I could only get in here or there. Every job has inherent stress. The key they talk about here is putting it in perspective. The other day I went in and I have one of those little calendars that have all these sayings on it. The staff has gave it to me. And it said, do all work as if you were doing it for Christ. Everything we do is for Christ. And I thought about that and I had such a better day because that's what really mattered, that I was doing His work. Whether it was working there, or doing the dishes, sweeping the floor, whatever we do, if we do it for Christ, it puts a different slant on it. Relationships. Anybody who's a parent, anybody who's a grandparent, anyone who's got a mother, a father, anyone who knows anyone, there's stresses inherent in relationships. You could be going along, oh, I'm having a great day. Bring the phone. Stress. How do we deal with that? Well, you talk about it. I've told you this before. If I have a problem and I tell someone, it immediately cuts it in half. Somebody I love. I usually don't tell people on the street. Sometimes I've done that. Sometimes I go, can I talk to you for a minute? I got a bit bad problem. I just had to cut that in half, whether it was a stranger. And I've had people that I don't know say, she looks friendly. Let me tell you my life. And I was very nice to them. Sometimes you need it so bad, you'll tell anybody what it is. Professional counselors. I'm a big proponent of that. You pay them, they're there to listen to you. Tell me all about it. How did you feel when that happened? Oh, I want to tell you how I felt. And you're paying them whatever it is. Get help. Then there's the whole thing with pregnancy and sex. I'll let you read that at home. But one of the things they talk about is yoga and exercise. I'll tell you, when I get up in the morning and I ride that recumbent bike 5 or 6 miles, it diminishes my stress. Anyone here who's doing the elliptical or who's walking, going to the Erie Canal, you're walking, your stress is diminished because at least you go, geez, I'm moving, I'm doing something. Time management is very important for stress too. If you've got deadlines with homework and you've got all weekend to do it, or a project, and you wait till Sunday night at 11, well, you're building your own stress right into that. And if you say, I work better under pressure, do you really? Maybe, but it gets to the point where if you got stress here and you got stress there, take some stress off there. And I have trouble sometimes thinking I'm a bad person if I don't do something. Like the other day I was exhausted and my son tells me at the last minute, oh, I got a concert tonight. It wasn't on the schedule or anything. And I was on the phone with my mother and my mother goes, don't go. Send Bob with the videotape. You need to rest. I'm 56 years old, and my mother's telling me what to do, and I said, you know, Mom, you're right, I'm really tired. So Bob went with the videotape, and I survived. No one took a petition. Ellen's a bad mother. She's not at the concert. There'll be other concerts. Sometimes you get so frazzled, because we feel we have to do everything. Sometimes it's better just to say, you know, I'm going to sit this one out. Sit this one out. It's true, Maureen. And our health. If we are not healthy, how much stress is that? When I weighed 371 pounds, I was a lot more stressful than I am now. Because I'm not worried every night when I go to bed. Am I going to drop dead because I'm so fat? I don't worry about that. We need to get our health under control to diminish that stress. Now, there are traumatic events. When you hear that something's terrible's happened to a member of your family, that is traumatic. When someone that you love passes away, traumatic. The only way to deal with it is to work your way through it. What I'm going to tell you is Jesus Christ is my witness. The bag of chips does not make it better. It doesn't make it better. Now, isn't Thanksgiving next Thursday? Well, guess what? We're having Thanksgiving tomorrow at work. Everyone's bringing in something. And guess what? I said, you know what? I'm going to sit this one out. I got one Thanksgiving. It's next Thursday. I don't need to have Thanksgiving tomorrow. I don't. And you might say, how can you do that, Ellen? Because I've said to myself, I have Thanksgiving next Thursday. I will have a piece of my sister's pumpkin pie next Thursday. I don't feel one bit of stress. I'm not one bit worried about it. I'm going to take a couple of little things to work, yogurt, whatever, an apple, applesauce. I don't need to eat at work. That's what we need to tell ourselves. And I feel a little stressful these days, but eating, I did it. Children and teenagers, OMG, oh my gosh. Every day there's something new. And it's all on how we react to it. My friend I used to tell you, she used to say, before she talked, she'd say, Jesus, guide my words. Lord, guide my tongue. And I think, how can she do that? Because usually what I do is go, wah, 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 wah. And now I'm going, Jesus, guide my words and my tongue. Not all the time, because sometimes I'm still screaming and yelling. But when I really try to be a good person, I say, Jesus, guide my tongue. You know, one of the things I loved about Angela's Ashes is the part where he goes to confession. And then he gets out of confession. He goes, oh, I forgot this. He goes back in. I swear, I feel like there's some people that go, yeah, I like to go to confession every week. I understand why. You know, because life is hard. It's stressful. This whole unhealthy lifestyle, people say, my job is stressful. I'm too stressed to keep the log. That's not what you're too stressed to do. You're not too stressed to go, turkey, oatmeal. That's not stressful. What you're too stressed to do is even begin to start to think about being healthy because you're so concentrating on the stress of learning a new job, helping people with life if you're in a medical profession. An unhealthy lifestyle, though, hurts us in every other aspect. You don't have to work all day and then veg in front of the TV. You don't have to work all day and say, I'm so mentally and physically exhausted, I'm going to lay down. Every day. It's okay to do that once in a while, but every day is what gets us in trouble. I'm going to stop right there on that one, Bobby.